Good morning.
Do we all know each other? That's Tracy.
Hello.
Adam. Kieran. Paul. And Maria. We all know why we're here this morning.
Doing the voting thing.
Yeah. About what? Who you're going to vote for and what day you're voting and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do we think? We're going to need some pens, diaries. I think we've got a DVD to watch.
Just because we have a disability, it doesn't mean that we've got to sit back and let the grass grow under our feet. I'm David Cornell. I live in Whitby and Porirua, and public transport is part of my life. Enjoy going to the movies, sport, catching up with my girlfriend, doing all sorts of things. So people with intellectual disability want to have a normal life, the same as other people. They want to live in a home with their friends. They want a job and they want a good health and things, and being independent, means you don't have to rely on the service provider to take you to and from. The railway is the main source of transport, and it's the cheapest source. Overall, I think that public transport's quite good. I have to admit, there have been some improvements over the years, but more improvements could be made, just with, the timing and the signage and the information systems and the prices. If these services were taken away, it would actually make it a lot harder for people with intellectual disabilities to get out and about. They would have to rely on other means and lose their independence. They would have to depend on other people. Lots of these services are actually owned by New Zealand, and it's the government at the time who's responsible. So the government pays the funds, for people to actually work on the tracks and make sure they're upgraded.
I only started learning how to ride a bike when I was 18. My family taught me from a young age how to be independent. That's what my bike gives me, the freedom to get there and back when I feel like doing it, then I don't have to rely on other people. Hi, Danielle. Potholes are quite dangerous because you swerve and car might hit you in the coming on. A big pothole that I have to go into my driveway quite often. I have to swerve around it. The meeting I used to go to, some of the people were in mobility scooters, and if they have to try and get over that pothole, they will get stuck and they won't be able to move their scooter out the way because some of them are not strong enough to move their scooters. And the same with old people too, it will be an issue. And the person who takes the meeting said, oh, do you want us to maybe invite somebody from the local council here in the Wairarapa? And in my sit-in, and we said, oh, that'd be quite cool. Lots of people say I do have the confidence to do this, but to me it's quite nerve-wracking to go up to someone that I don't know and speak to them about issues like this. If I didn't have gone onto that committee, I wouldn't have known that you can speak to a councilman and talk to them about it. The council could get some time and fix it up if they wanted, if they had time and the effort to do it.
My name is Wato Hoia, and I'm from Aporiki. My life at school weren't that great. They thought I was dumb. The teacher told in front of me on my face, we haven't taught one of you like your son before. They haven't seen a special needs person before. They told me I wasn't allowed to be on the school camp. Weren't allowed to be in school soccer team. Weren't allowed to be in school plays and all that. Because I didn't want a special needs person to be on stage. He's not big good enough to be in our school. That's what I thought. The bullies, they bullied me a lot, called me awful names. Big head, pumpkin head, basketball head, fat boy. My teacher aid was used for someone else and I didn't have much time with my teacher aid much. The other kids were learning stuff and I was just looking at books or drawing pictures. I was in a small box. You're like this, and you've only got a little space to move in. When I was about 10, that's what I was feeling like. I was in a small box, and the world didn't want me. The government paid for the schools and for the teachers. I don't want the new generation to do what happened when I went to school. People with disability should have the same education what people with a normal person has.
Hi, good on you. We're at the local Mastercall Medical Centre. It's our local where our GPs work from. People with disabilities have a high medical cost because they need medication, maybe 24/7. So if we choose the wrong government, we might have the wrong type of health system, and we don't get the best health system we need.
There's actually 3 levels of government. The local councils, your mayor of your city councillors. So they're the ones who look after the day-to-day areas, for example, around the streets, ensuring the rubbish, the walkways and things like that. And then you've got your regional council. Here in Wellington, the regional council is one of the ones responsible for the railway and things. Wellington Regional Council. So it's involved with the day-to-day, the buses and things. And then you've got the New Zealand government. We're here at Parliament Buildings. Over here is Parliament House, where the debating chamber is. And that's where they discuss all the papers and things that come. And over there is the beehive. Cabinet goes to meet in the beehive where the party and government goes. They make the taxes and do the laws and things like that, you know, appoint the judges.
Health system they sort out. They sort out our road systems, like the law of this pothole.
It supports people on the invalid's benefit by, you know, getting funding from the government and, you know, and some of that funding, you know, on the benefit allows people to use public transport.
If the government wasn't paying, who would have been paying the teachers? There'd be no one to pay the teachers.
If we didn't have the government, then we wouldn't have the likes of our IHC service and where we live too.
What problems do you have or issues do you think that you could actually get government help with?
Dog barking,
And
dog yelling,
Whole transport system.
Texas.
Yeah.
So the Parliament should actually give more money, not less, but more, for those who's working for money.
They had to pay the shopping and stuff like birthdays to that and flats.
They need the money because they need to bring home the food for their families and children. Well, if I was a Prime Minister, I would make sure everybody gets paid.
Why they get a special bus for people in wheelchairs and they can get on?
One of the reasons they do it, not just for wheelchairs.
Lift their
but-
feet up if it's rising too high.
Wheelchair.
This place belongs to New Zealand, belongs to you. Aotearoa, say land of the long white cloud. So, you know, the people have a vote. So the people who are over, you know, 18 have a vote. And whoever you vote for, assuming they've got the numbers, all get in. So they all come to Parliament buildings.
We're the ones who vote for them to come into Parliament every 3 years.
When they turn 18, they can vote. When the people comes 18, they can vote for the party who they want. If you want to vote, you can vote. You can vote for the person who gives you the good idea for the education.
Voting is very important to people. It actually involves you in part of the community. We have the right to vote. Your vote is as much important as the others.
If you don't vote, the person who you want cannot get into Parliament.
If we don't vote them into Parliament, then they won't have the right of what to say and help us. Because like this pothole, if you didn't vote, you have no right to say, fix the pothole. If you vote, then you have a say about this pothole being fixed or not.
We're actually voting for the government that we think will do the best for people with disabilities. So we vote for the party that we believe, who has the best policy and the best people and the best portfolios for the job. We often wonder where our money goes to. At least we know where our vote goes to. It goes to the people who come here to work for us. So the politicians are here working for the good of New Zealand. So they're elected by New Zealand every 3 years, and they do their best for 3 years.
If people tell you not to vote, tell them, get a life. It's your right to vote.
Adam, are you going to vote?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What about you, Tracy? Are you going to vote?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Why?
I like the voice to be heard.
Cool.
You vote whoever you want. You choose what you want.
I like to vote.
Well, the first step to actually vote is being actually enrolled on the electoral roll. So being registered with the electoral roll to have your vote. Even the Prime Minister has to be registered to vote. The Governor General, Richie McCaw, the All Black captain, Daniel Vittoria, the New Zealand cricket captain and things. So it gives us an equal role with those people.
It's all people who live in New Zealand votes isn't the thing. I vote, my mates vote, we all vote.
Who was a New Zealand citizen?
Me.
Who was born in New Zealand?
I was. No, I was born in Wellington.
Born in Nelson.
Yeah,
Right,
so you were born
okay.
in New Zealand.
Yes.
But I was born in Britain. Where were you born, Paul?
Scotland.
Yep.
I became a New Zealand citizen after I lived here for 2 years. I applied for citizenship, which gives me the right to hold a passport.
Yes.
And also gives me the right to vote here.
So, Paul, you're now a New Zealand citizen, eh?
Yep.
Yep.
Right,
You hold a
okay.
New Zealand passport?
Yep.
Yep.
Mama could that.
Yep. So you can vote?
You just want to make sure that you're enrolled because, you can actually be fined if you don't. So it's against the law not to be registered if you're over 18.
Does everybody understand what it is to enrol to vote? Do we have to be
I can
enrolled?
put a list for name for the all the names.
Good girl.
They're on the roll to be able to vote.
Well done. And if you complete that enrolment form,
Yes.
your
Yeah,
name appears on the list you were talking about, Tracy.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
Yeah.
called the electoral roll.
Who is not on the voting roll? You two. Okay, so you two need to fill out some forms.
Yes.
There's one for you and there's one for you.
Thank you.
Would you like us to give you a hand?
Okay, here you go.
I can sit with you, Maria.
You want
Just
this?
things like that.
Do you other guys want to fill out one of these as well, just in case you've moved
Yeah.
and you haven't got your right address?
Yeah.
Or a different phone number? You could be married. Your last name could be changed.
Absolutely.
Jacqueline, do you need, so do some of us want to go and sit somewhere where there's a table and something so that we can...
Shall we? Okay, so can we...
So your last name goes in there.
Layden is your last name then.
It needs to be in block letters. Block letters is the capitals, like capital B.
Are you married?
No.
Are you a Mr., Mrs.?
Mister.
What's your flat number?
Flat 4.
503. Yep.
Does everybody remember their date of birth?
December the 2nd. I'll get our job.
You're a cleaner. You
Yeah.
are a baker.
Yeah. Are you a New Zealander, Māori, or a descendant of New Zealand Māori?
No.
You're Scottish.
So, yeah.
You've got Chinese blood in you, ain't you?
Chinese.
So you tick no, and then once you tick that, you sign over here because you're on the general.
Yep.
So you sign your name here,
Yep.
and then you sign today's date. Yep, you look it. And then you put it in a letter box and post it.
When I walk up by the post office, I'll put it in the letter box.
What about you, Maria? Where are you going to pop yours?
No, just send it.
Are you all happy with that? Yeah? Okay.
Done.
Cool. Let's go then. Yes. Time to go.
Yeah.
It's important, you know, to plan that, you know where to go and who you're going to vote for.
You want to grab your diary, Barbara, so we start?
I'll be back.
Last year.
Okay, this is an election plan. Okay, and this is going to help us be successful on the day. Now, the date we are going to vote is?
The 26th of
November.
November.
The time we are going to vote is?
11.
Because it won't take long.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. That's the time.
It means you've all had your sleep in.
So our polling place address is?
You want to go to the one that's closest.
Which
Which
maybe
is-
is in Cuthbert's.
Yeah.
The church around the corner. But what about getting there? How are we going to get there?
That's 10 minutes.
Because we also need to make sure there's sufficient staff to go, but also make sure we've got sufficient staff left at the house. So we might need to look at rosters for that particular day. Okay, so we look at rosters.
You've actually got to study up who the parties are and what their policies are, you know, and who the person is in your electorate.
Where we're going to get some information that makes us good on the day to vote.
Newspaper. Yep.
Ads on TV,
I
yes.
think that's a big one, isn't it? We all watch television.
And news.
And it's radio news,
Yep.
TV news.
programs.
Yep.
How I do it is watching the news, going to meet the MPs and seeing what they can, and then going up to them and seeing what they can do for people with a disability in your area. See what they can provide for you.
What about just talking to people sometimes, your family?
I told my family, I told my dad. He said,
About
no.
voting and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the process of voting or understand what's in the newspaper or in the brochures or on TV, you could speak to somebody that you are comfortable speaking to.
If you have an issue with something, I can guarantee, you know, most other people will. So by just talking to people, it's actually not that hard once you actually start talking about politics and talking with your friends. You know, you just feel more. The more you do it, the more comfortable you feel.
And also the internet, if you have access to an internet.
Because newspapers
Which you have.
Yes.
I got a printer that I can share with you. I mean, if you want me to share paper.
I'm listening to things on TV, radio, brochures, pamphlets. I'm hearing from other people what their point of views are with the different governments, and that's how that all will help me to decide which one I want to vote for or not. For me, we have to have the right government in that can support people with disabilities. It doesn't matter if you're born with a disability or the disability happened because of an accident. It's just that we need to have the right government to know how to support us.
You can ring up the MP's office and, you know, go along and talk to them about the issues that affect you. I'd like to talk about transport and the public transport, though. I believe that some of it's quite good, but some of it needs fixing.
I'm on the Māori voting one, and I have a look at all the people who are in my area, and I go and check if they're saying the right things, and if they're not, they may get my vote.
Would you like to share the information that you've got with the rest of their flatmates?
Yes.
That'd be really cool,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe we could have a meeting once a week, just briefly, half an hour, and do catch up, see if anybody's got anything else to share.
That'd be cool. That would be nice.
Yeah.
And when are we going to squeeze it into our busy lifestyle?
What day is a good day? What day?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday
No,
night,
we
yes.
can't. We watch Coronation Street.
Boring! We can't do it on a Tuesday night, we just do it before Coronation
Okay,
Street.
so let's say 6:30 Tuesday evening, and that's our plan.
Yeah.
Where do you think we should put that? Now we've done the plan. Is
Yes.
that a good place?
Yeah.
Who wants to do that for me?
Oh,
Thanks, Maria. That's our plan. Okay.
This election, we're still going to have the way we normally vote, but we're going to have now a purple a paper to fill in, and that's going to decide in the future how we're going to be voting.
For a long time in New Zealand it was a thing called first past the post, and then it actually changed to MMP. That's member proportional, I think, proportional representation. So it's just a change in the way that people vote.
It's important because we want to get the government right, in the way we vote.
This year it's a little different, the election.
yes.
Okay, there's 2 sets of papers. When you get to the actual polling booth, you'll be given an orange paper,
Yeah.
and that is specifically, that's your 2 ticks. One is to vote for the government party, and the other one, the other tick,
MP.
is for your local MP.
Local MP.
Okay. But there's also now a purple paper. That is specifically relating to how we will vote in the future. Okay, the current system is called MMP. If we want to retain that, if you think that's a good system, then you vote for that. But there's going to be 2 or 3 other alternatives.
You know, you get the choice whether if you like this way or like the way it was, or like the U way, you know, you have a say and your vote influences that.
So you're going to have an orange and a purple paper. They will show you, the ladies and gentlemen that work at the ballot place will tell you what box to put what paper in, so there's no mistaking. Okay, and they can assist you. It doesn't have to be us to fill them out. You can ask for their assistance to help complete them, okay? So you're going to be ticking boxes.
That's right,
Yeah.
2 boxes.
And then what happens?
Put it in the box.
Good, absolutely. The ballot box.
Yep.
When you vote, you've got 2 things to do normally. You have the party vote is the one that decides on your whole government, the whole of New Zealand, what happens in the whole of New Zealand. And then your second vote will be for your MP, and that's your local MP, the one who decides on the decisions in your town, like this pothole decision.
So how's everybody feeling about going and voting?
Better.
Anyone feeling nervous?
No.
No.
Looking
I'm
forward to
happy
it.
for
So
it.
we're all excited, really.
Yeah.
When you enrol to vote, you actually, you know, you get a letter sent out and things, and you get an easy to vote card. That makes it a lot easier at the elections. So when when going along, and it saves a lot of time.
So we've all got our envelopes. What do these contain?
Yep.
The easy vote card, that's inside.
Do we open them and get our card out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's an easy vote card. Okay, it's got
Yeah,
your
vote
full
card.
name on it. What else has it got on there?
What electorate they're in?
Yep.
They're all in Rongotai.
I go with my mum. She goes and votes and I go and vote. I get my easy card vote, and then I go up to the lady and ask for her, like, go up to her and say, "Can I have a Māori paper, please?" And she asked, which one? I said, "Wairiki." And then I go in the box and tick myself.
Remember 2 ballot papers today, 2 voting papers today?
Yeah.
Purple and orange.
And orange.
If you need assistance, who are you going to ask?
You.
But if you want somebody else to help you besides Barbara and myself, you can ask the ladies and gentlemen there, okay?
Yes.
And they'll help you just the same. Cool.
You don't actually tell people who you're voting for.
No, you don't.
It's your right to vote for the party who you want. Staff cannot tell you to vote for the party what they like. It's your decision. It's your decision to vote. It's no one else's and it's yours.
What you need to think about what you're voting for is things that you discussed the other
But you
day.
need the money from the government because they do run the country.
They hold the purse strings.
Lots of people in the community need more jobs.
Need more jobs, yes, more jobs.
Wheelchairs, SS.
At the school, they come in and had to stop the fighting.
Bullying.
Bullying, yeah.
Quite a lot of us don't work, so we're on the benefit, and that's the government decides how much money we get on the benefit. So that's one thing we have to think about of who we vote for and why.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Everybody got their easy voting card?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, coats, jackets, whatever we need.
This is really important because we only do it every 3 years, we don't do it every year. So it can be like a special occasion for you, something different that you normally don't do in your ordinary life.
You may feel nervous and worried, you know, before you go in there. I think it's the same with anything. We've been on film, you know, playing on a sports field and things, your knees start knocking, but you know, once you're out there and doing it, you feel really great. And it's at the end, you feel awesome.
It's just like our dog.
Yeah.
Nearly there. Thank you, Adam.
You can go into any polling place on election day and vote. Easiest is going to the polling places closest to where you live, but you can go to any polling place on election day throughout New Zealand to vote. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, great, you've got your easy vote card.
Yes, I have.
Lovely. We'll look you up in the electoral roll.
Right.
This has got everyone's name. Rita Maria.
That's me.
Have you got your easy vote card? Thank you. Okay. If you've got your easy vote card, that'll be mailed out. That's really handy for us.
Page 204, line 120, Karen.
Take your time, there's no rush. You know, we want to get it right on our side and we want to make sure that it's a really good experience for the voters as well.
So this is your ballot paper, and you have 1 tick for your party on this side, and 1 tick for your candidate on this side. This is your referendum paper, so you have 1 tick here in part A and 1 tick here in part B. So I'll give you both those papers, and you can go behind the voting screen over there, and the orange paper goes in the orange box, and the purple paper goes in the purple box over there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it a scary thing?
A little right.
Do you need a hand, Karen?
Yes, please, Babs.
You need to think about which one of those ones you want to tick.
You let her vote for...
Just one.
As a support worker, it's not in any way nerve-wracking. It's very relaxed. You only assist them where they want assistance.
So, at the end of the day, it's their choice. Because they make their own choices in life, don't you?
Yeah, you do, yes.
The golden rule is that you can do anything, but you cannot influence their choice, their decision.
Okay, and then you go and put them in the...
It was excellent. I like voting. I like the little man because it's happy doing that.
It gives me more independence to actually do it for yourself. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it, to show I'm independent. I don't find it scary at all. It just comes natural to me. And now I'm playing these boxes.
This is my electorate, so yeah, I was on the list, so I could actually do my voting today. It's out the way. And I'm going to vote for, I'm not telling you.
Yep, get paid to vote.
We all do it together, we're all part of the same community.
Hi there, have you got your easy vote card?
Yes, I have.
Thank you.
My name is Tracy and Cheese.
Cool, excellent.
It is their right to vote. It influences the community that they're a part of. The party they choose is going to have a profound effect on their daily living. Well, I'd actually like to hear a reason, really, why anybody would think that wasn't their right. They are fully informed, they're able to make that decision. So I see absolutely no reason why they would not be voting.
This side, one tick here in part A and one tick here in part B. Okay. Do you need any help with those?
Right.
Okay, great.
Take your time.
Well, you have to vote, and who you have to vote to, then when you finish voting, you put in the box. That's it. And you get a sticker. Well, it was a bit hard here, but not scary.
Easy, yeah. And that's good, but have a good competition help, but I think it's better.
Staff help?
Yeah, staff help.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's been great. The guys are relaxed, it's been easy, fast. Staff are extremely helpful here. No problems.
Very good. And that's all right.
I actually felt good because I actually had my say, you know, for the person I wanted to vote for.
It should be important to you if you want the right government. And if you don't vote, you might get the wrong government, and things that matter to you, you can't have a say in because you don't vote.
If you're voting, good on you. If you're not voting, get out there and vote for the people who you want to be in the government. I'm out. Wātohoia.